Oh boy, who's ready for a climbing the tower level?
I'm sorry, I misread that as Argentina.
And here
Latino Doom
is
guy.
hey, Doom guy comes into the office. Hey guys, want to see my vacation pictures?
I love football.
American football or the real kind?
Well, it's Argentina, so
No, it's
Thrust
Argentina.
boots.
It's Argentinian football, which is actually a completely different sport altogether.
Thrust
yeah,
boots are your double
you don't even use
jump,
your
right?
feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get a double jump in this game.
Of course you do. It's a first-person game with platforming in it. Unless it's
Nobody-
Mirror's Edge, you're never gonna see that work without a double jump.
Yeah, because you just need to be able to correct your jumps if and when something goes wrong, because it always does.
Yeah.
And Mirror's Edge didn't entirely work without it, I should say. I mean,
Was the sequel to Mirror's Edge any good? Because
I don't know. I have it on.
It wasn't a terrible game, but it wasn't all that good either. It's like they changed a lot of stuff that wasn't the problem, and they didn't really fix any of the problems people had with the first one. Is the thing?
Okay, it's one of those sorts of sequels.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
It's one of those I give Mirror's Edge 1 a lot of leeway considering it's trying something really new, but I don't give Catalyst the same leeway because they should have learned them.
Yeah, I get you. I actually technically have both Mirror's Edge games on computer because I subscribed to Origin Access, mostly because they've got like all the fucking BioWare games on there, and I still need to play Inquisition through to the end.
Okay, so remind me, Origin is the service that's actually not too bad, but people hate it because it's EA, and Uplay
Origin
is the one that's
service
just
that's
terrible.
actually not too bad, but people hate it because it's EA and it's using the name of a company that they bought, ruined, and gutted. That's also
You
a
mean
thing.
like every company EA owns?
Well, it's especially egregious because Origin was the company that made the Ultima games, and well, you won't really see much rumblings about that from people who aren't into computer RPGs, but for the people who are, well,
I'm imagining it's a bit of a sore spot for them.
it's a really old series, so a lot of people who are watching this might just be too damn young.
Or they watch Spoonie's videos on it.
Technically,
Yeah.
I'm too damn young. I found out about all this retroactively.
Yeah.
This game was developed by Bethesda, right? Who own
Yes.
it now?
Published
Owns-
by Bethesda,
Okay.
developed by id
Yeah.
Software.
Okay.
You gotta remember, there's technically two Bethesdas. There's the Bethesda that's game developer, then there's the Bethesda that publishes it. There's ZeniMax,
It's kind of like
which
Sega
is-
Sammy.
There's ZeniMax, which is a parent company to all of them, and then there's the other developers that Bethesda owns.
And Bethesda did Fallout and Skyrim as well.
The newer Fallouts.
The newer
I should stress.
Fallouts. Okay.
Not the original PC ones.
The original two PC ones were what was it? Interplay, and New Vegas was Obsidian, published by Bethesda but developed by Obsidian, with some involvement from at least one, maybe two of the key players in the original series. The problem with Bethesda is there's some genuine game development talent in there, make no mistake. It's buried under like several metric tons of corporate bullshit. So,
my favorite kind.
there's just several layers of the corporate side, so game development sort of gets muted in their decision making. So they're not quite fuck Konami levels of bad, but they're pretty bad.
You see, that's actually
Which
the
is a
first I've
shame.
heard of it because I'm actually, I don't know. Yeah.
Let me put it this way. Okay, I said Obsidian made Fallout New Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oops.
That was an accurate visual representation of what Fallout New Vegas looked like at launch. Thanks for that, Ryan. Okay, so there was a deal in place regarding the amount of funding that Obsidian got for their work on New Vegas, and it involved, I think, the amount of sales made within a specific frame of time. I might be getting that wrong. It was something along those lines. Basically, Fallout New Vegas was rushed to launch in a hideously flawed state, broken in several ways, And basically what this resulted in was Obsidian missing the mark for the requirement Bethesda had set, and there were rumblings that Bethesda intentionally sabotaged that part of the game's sales to avoid having to pay Obsidian that part of what they were owed.
That's pretty shitty.
I don't know the. Basically, they attempted to buy out Obsidian after that point, I think, or I might be confusing that
God
part.
damn it.
I might be confusing that part with the developers of Prey. It's hard to keep track sometimes. No, that was the developers of Prey. Forget that part. Oh, well, it might have actually happened to Obsidian. I don't know, but that was the developers of Prey that they tried to buy out and didn't. The original Prey 2 was this stunning-looking bounty hunter open-world kind of shooter game that, frankly, looking back at the trailers, it's tragic that we never got that game now. And apparently Bethesda kept making unfair demands as far as deadlines go, and when they couldn't deliver, they were pushed into a corner where Bethesda apparently hoped they would be able to buy those developers out. And, well, it didn't happen. But the game was nixed. It looked like it was doing some really damn good things too. Yeah. I'm probably butchering the authentic versions of these stories, so I recommend people look them up on Google rather than taking my version as a quote, because I'm just trying to remember them as I talk.
I'm sure the comments have already confirmed you've been wrong like 20 times at this point.
Yeah, by all means, correct me. But yeah, it's that kind of thing, that general kind of thing. Combine that with Bethesda turning their own franchises into these kind of cash
Shuffling
cow.
zombies like these guys.
Yeah, that's another accurate visual representation. Occasionally they blow up, but most of the time they just shuffle and are. I mean, like I've had fun with Skyrim, but I'm not going to deny it has aspects that rub me the wrong way.
It's okay.
You don't
no,
want to buy it
Lewis,
for the 6th time?
Lewis, Skyrim is a great game once you mod it 6 times. Don't you understand?
Well, it's a great enough sandbox game, and that stings less in Elder Scrolls' case than it would in Fallout's case, because even when Elder Scrolls was really good as an RPG, it wasn't really good at the role-playing aspect. It was more just open adventure, I mean, it's really impressive that Daggerfall had the largest landmass in a seamless world in gaming until Minecraft outdid it, but that really just means there's a lot of procedurally generated game space in that game that you're not going to experience because you don't have enough time in your lifespan. I think the land area in Daggerfall was larger than England or something. So it's very impressive for a game of its time. Very, very impressive for a game of its time. And it's not randomly generated. They just used procedural generation, I think, to aid in development of it while they were making it. It's all set in stone within the game itself, I think. And if you're wondering when we're going to get to the Daggerfall commentary on this channel, the answer is never, because I've got things to live for, I have things to do with my life. I might be crazy enough
to go home and rethink what you're doing with your life.
I might be crazy enough to try Persona 5, and I'm not crazy enough to try Daggerfall for this channel.
You see, it's funny though, because if we ever did an Elder Scrolls game, there's 2 different ways we could do it. We could either have the 10-part playthrough of Skyrim, where we just get to the end of the game, or we could have the 100-part playthrough of Skyrim, where we go for everything. And
Skyrim,
no matter which one we do, people would bitch. So
Skyrim,
and that's why I'm really intimidated about potentially doing Breath of the Wild.
No, Breath of the Wild that game is designed to not work for the way we do games.
Okay,
That's like live stream the video game, really.
If I were to record an Elder Scrolls game, it would probably either be Oblivion or Morrowind with its bajillion graphical overhaul mod things that are all rolled up into one big old installer package that takes over your computer and controls your mouse. It's very creepy. It's like a mod that's also a horror film.
That's an Argent accumulator she's carrying.
Very, very slowly.
He's very slowly getting away.
Why haven't you shot her 6 times yet?
I don't know. You were complaining about how I was doing things before. So
Seriously, that Doom Guy proof glass is just in the most inconvenient spots.
oh, now you want me to destroy stuff? As I see how it is. You only want me to destroy stuff when it's convenient for you, huh, Samuel?
And welcome to the UAC, home of the patented Argent Energy Filtration System developed by Dr. Olivia Pierce.
So
Free unlimited energy for all, whatever.
At
So
least you
she
don't have
was
to-
trying to make a thing to summon energy from hell for like science.
Basically, in terms of what they were doing with Hell, in terms of Doom lore, is that they were extracting energy from it, so we could, not have to rely on oil and shit.
Yeah, it was clean energy. The only nuclear waste was Hellspawn.
Which is why they built the facility on Mars, so that way if Hellspawn did show up, it wasn't actually going to kill people.
Yeah, but that
Well,
didn't
a lot of
work
people.
so well because the invasion in the first Doom eventually made its way to Earth.
Yep.
Oops.
They should have thought that through a little bit better then, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, they did.
They should have siphoned energy from heaven instead, and then God would just take. Oh wait, no, that's a Shin Megami Tensei plot. Sorry, my bad.
So what you're saying is we're screwed regardless.
You see, this is always something I wonder in a whenever they do stuff like this it could be in a TV show or whatever. It's just like, does God exist if the devil does or demons do? And that's actually one of my favorite lines in Buffy the Vampire Slayer from a season 6 episode. Even though season 6 is terrible, like, she's talking to somebody who just turned into a vampire, and she's like, "Whoa, vampires are real?" And she's like, "Yeah, so is God too?" It's debatable. So season 6 is awful, but that was like
The problem of evil gets a whole lot more complicated when vampires are proven to exist.
Yeah, so yeah, season 6 of Buffy is freaking awful though. Don't watch it. Even the musical episode isn't worth it. Yeah, I said
keep
it. Come at me,
meaning
bro.
to watch that series, but I never get around to it.
You can, like, I say honestly, like, you're probably good going through season 4, I would say. And like
Well,
the
I'm gonna
first
watch
2
the whole
seasons.
Ted, what about Angel?
Okay, see, Angel's actually better than Buffy when Angel's like season 2 and 3 and Buffy is around like season 5 and 6. But then I think season 4 of Angel is just awful. So, yeah, but apparently season 5 was good, but I got so fed up with Angel in season 4 that I stopped. So, yeah.
That doesn't help that, although I keep hearing good things about Joss Whedon, he always gives me this vibe of someone who's a little too high on himself to take seriously.
Oh no, Joss
incredibly
Whedon
high on
is
himself.
incredibly high on himself. He has made great movies and great TV shows for sure. Like Avengers is still one of my favorite superhero movies of all time, but that doesn't mean that he's not a pompous asshole, because he is.
Oh, good. So it's not just me.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, sometimes, you see, one of those things about being an artist is sometimes that being a pompous asshole is what makes you, part of what makes you able to make great art. You know, it just means that you're not entirely a super pleasant person.
It's great, but don't ask how it's made.
Yeah, basically. And at the very least, in the case of, like, Joss Whedon, he's just kind of like a dick, as opposed to, like, being investigated for sexual harassment claims, at least as far as I know. So, you know, that's, I suppose, the lesser
That's
of two
something.
evils in this instance. So, yeah, cool. In any case, Avengers 1 is still a good movie, but Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. still sucks, so, yeah.
I'm reserving my opinions on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but my expectations are not high.
At the very least, the first 6 episodes are very not good. So,
Look at that flab physics. Those.
Yeah. Bad enemy.
I can grammar, I swear.
so do they bring back all the enemies from the old Doom games, or?
Yeah, more or
Yeah,
less.
I'm pretty sure all of these enemies existed in some form or other in the original game or game.
So-
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's like one of them that's unique or something, but
It's
Yeah.
probably the final boss of Thy Flesh Consumed that we're not going to see in here, I think.
no. Quad damage. Where's my quad laser? I want my quad laser, damn it.
So remind me, you said that you get separate upgrade points for your armor and your weapons.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Just wanted to double check on that because I pay attention all the time in my. That guy was freaky looking. Okay.
Well, I mean, the only upgrade points you get for your suit you have to find by those guys you find on the ground and just take their chest USB drive thing.
Oh, okay. And the glowy orbs are for your weapons.
Yeah.
Then. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's pretty straightforward. I mean, the suit ones are basically not even important.
Wait,
They're-
did you just put that guy's own explosive in his mouth and then blew him up?
I tore out his heart and shoved it in his throat.
Oh, okay. Well, it
And then
blew
he
him up.
exploded.
And then he. No, it'll go straight to your thighs, and then you'll blow.
And then
up.
you'll blow up.
Don't eat your heart; it'll go right to your thighs.
Take that,
Okay.
Temple of Doom guy. Jeez.
Oh, no, Temple of Doom guy doesn't eat the hearts.
Oh, I get it. The Doom song, cause Doom. I get. That took way too long. Okay.
Yeah, this area is a bit annoying because it's purely vertical.
Oh,
So if you make a mistake, you go all the way back down, and it's hard to get secrets because every area kind of looks the same.
Yeah.
So you said
It's-
that there's an upgrade for your armor that like vibrates when there's secrets nearby.
Let's see. Yeah.
Okay. And there's a map too, so you shouldn't
Yeah.
get too lost.
Well, once
I
you
hope.
once you max out that particular subset of armor upgrades, it just tells you where they are on the map.
Okay, that's you know what I like that because that seems a lot better than some of the other systems that I've seen.
You can see how many you find before that point and get satisfaction out of that, but you don't necessarily have to rely on a game FAQ's guide to get the rest once you've beaten the game.
You know what it avoids? It avoids the where the hell is that last thing situation. You know,
Yeah.
like in Breath of the
Yes.
Wild, for example, when you have one shrine left and you don't know where it is, you just walk around literally the entire world waiting for your
Or
thing
just
to
go
be
to
blocked.
that interactive map from
This
Zelda Universe or
kind
something.
of
Yeah.
first-person platforming is a bitch.
Yeah.
You had to jump on the rubber tube.
Yeah. Down I go.
Whee!
Splat.
Will this be the time the impact resistance fails?
No, I can fall from literally the top of the tower and survive.
Well, sure, we would have sat out all the fucking suspense.
It's such a cliffhanger that you're not even hanging on the cliff anymore. Come on. You can't just tell us how it ends.